Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As this Saturday night is NXT Halloween Havoc, and so I thought Luke and myself, Luke's this way, should give our predictions for Halloween Havoc. As far as the show does go right now, there are 6 matches that have been announced, and no new matches were announced on this week's NXT, and I don't expect anything else to be announced. Some may say, what about a pre-show match? Well, they don't do pre-show matches anymore in WWE, so I think these 6 matches are going to be the 6 matches that we actually get. But Luke, is there anything specific before we actually get into it, like one match in particular you're looking forward to?
It's not just one match, but like multiple matches. I think this show should be fun. I think this should be a really fun show. Like we've seen Halloween Havoc shows in the past, but they were just weekly NXT shows, and as a premium live event. I think this could be fun. We have so many cool matches we could see, and they could go either way. Like the triple threat main event, like Braun Breaker defending against JD McDonough and Ilya Dragunov. I almost called him Jordan Devlin, but he's JD McDonough now. But
trust me, I've done it.
But it can honestly go either way. We'll go in and talk about that. But yeah, I think this could be a really fun show.
Yes, there's multiple matches that I think is going to be good, that I think is going to be interesting, and I just want to give you guys a heads up. The show is Saturday night, yet I won't be reviewing it till Sunday morning because my son has a football game Saturday night that I have to be at, so you're going to get a late review, unfortunately. But enough of all that. Let's just jump in and let's talk about what's on the card, what we know, these 6 matches, and the first match of the show. First match we do know is Grayson Waller versus Apollo Crews. The match is spin the wheel, make a deal. So I assume the host, Shotzi, will be spinning that wheel to find out what this match is going to be. But we don't know what this match actually is. But I don't think that really changes how I'm going to predict. But I want to hear you first. Go for it. Who, Grayson Waller or Apollo Crews?
I mean, it could really go either way. If they want to extend the feud, I would probably say maybe Grayson Waller. But I'm going to go Apollo Crews.
Oh, interesting. I would say Grayson Waller because we haven't really, and maybe I'm just not remembering, seen Waller get that big win over an established name. Crews is someone that's come back from the main roster, former Intercontinental Champion. And it's if you really want to start that Grayson Waller push, I think this would be the great starting point. Have him beat Apollo Crews, former main roster star and a former champion.
You know what? I'll go Grayson Waller. Because I kind of think maybe they'll extend the feud to where they'll extend it, then we'll see Apollo get the win.
Right.
But maybe for now I'll go Grayson Waller. Why not?
But an interesting one. We got an ambulance match. It's Julius Creed against Damon Kemp. I really feel like this one is a little predictable because if Julius Creed loses, his brother Brutus must leave NXT, and they ain't breaking up the Creeds. They ain't getting rid of Brutus Creed. So I don't know if you're thinking different, but it's got to be Julius, right?
Yeah, I definitely think Julius will win. And what could happen during this match, maybe Roddy gets involved to help Julius.
Maybe. Then you know who else is down there in NXT right now? We haven't seen yet. Damon's brother. Real life brother. Gable Steveson is now training full-time at the Performance Center. I doubt this happens, but what if he tries to get involved as well? I know he's supposed to be on Raw once he's ready to go, but who knows? We could see something happen with the Olympic gold medalist, but I think it's very obvious Julius Creed picks up the win.
Yeah, Julius has to win on this one. I mean, maybe after Halloween Havoc they could do. Maybe Gable reunites with his brother, and then they team up to fight the Creed brothers.
Maybe.
I could see that.
As we move forward, we got a Weapons Wild match. It's Roxanne Perez against Cora Jade. Now, this one of the harder ones to predict. But if we go off of what happened on NXT, I would say Roxanne Perez picks up the win since she got beat by Rhea Ripley on the show this week. So I'm going Roxanne Perez, which is actually different than what I have been saying over the last week. But yeah, I'm going to go Roxanne.
Yeah, I think Roxanne has to win on this one because apparently, WWE's been like really impressed with Roxanne. So like you want to make her look good.
Right. But you also got to remember, if they're impressed with her to the point that they want her on the main roster fast, then you got to lose on your way out from NXT. You give whoever's staying that rub of big win. I beat the person that just left.
Right. But I get what you're saying. But I think you have her win this match. And I honestly think she should stay in NXT until like she wins the NXT Women's title.
Yeah.
Because like she's young. I mean, you have time to like keep her in NXT for a little while, then put her on the main roster.
Exactly. Moving forward, we have a ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. Carmelo Hayes, Oro Mensah, Wesley, Von Wagner, and Nathan Frazier. Honestly, this is the hardest match to predict because it's like, oh, do they just go to the tried and true, the tested, the whatever? Carmelo Hayes? Do they just go back to what they know? He's a great North American champion, but it's like, I can say it's probably not Wesley or Oro Mensah, but maybe they want to go Von Wagner because most people probably wouldn't think that. Yet, I'm not going to give a who I think they're going to go with, but who I would like to see win prediction. I'm going to say Nathan Frazier gets the belt.
I don't think Carmelo Hayes is going to win because, he's already held the title twice and both reigns were good. And if Carmelo Hayes is going to call himself the A champion, then he needs to go after the NXT championship and not keep trying to go after the North American championship.
Exactly.
But I really don't know who's winning this one, honestly. I'm gonna go Wesley. Screw it. I think Wesley's gonna win because they've been like pushing him like a lot.
I mean, true.
Because here's what I think. I think Wesley's gonna win. Carmelo Hayes is gonna get upset. They're gonna have like their own feud. Wesley wins, and then you have Carmelo Hayes go after the NXT championship.
I can see it. Going forward, the NXT Women's Championship will be on the line when Mandy Rose defends against Alba Fire. I'm going to let you take this one first. Who do you think, Mandy or Alba?
I'm going to go Alba here's the reason. Here's the reason. So it's been rumored for a while that WWE is going to send Toxic Attraction up to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was rumored for a little bit. Maybe it was going to be Gigi Dolan and what was her other name? I forgot her name.
JC Jane?
JC Jane, yeah. I think it was rumored for a little bit. It was going to be just them two, but I think you put Mandy with them. You put them on the main roster. And honestly, why not have Alba Fire take the belt off Mandy? You already got the tag titles off of them as well. Honestly, put the belt on Alba. I think she would make a good NXT Women's Champion.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like because on this week's NXT, I don't know if you saw the segment, Alba got the advantage over all four women. I feel like that's going to play into the finish of this match where it's going to be, 4-on-1 and Alba can't overcome. So I'm going to say Mandy retains. I don't want to see Mandy with that title anymore. Mandy's been great as the champion, yes, but I think it's time for someone else to be the champ. But there's something eating at me that says, no. Mandy's keeping that belt.
Well, here's the thing. If Mandy retains, who else do you think will take the belt off of her?
Meiko Satomura.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I honestly think
that's just the first name that came. Go for it.
I honestly think she might be on the main roster soon.
I don't know. I'd say Meiko, but that's just the first name that came to mind that I think would be a good champion. I don't know. But speaking of champions, we got one more title match. The NXT Championship will be on the line when Braun Breaker defends against both Ilya Dragunov and JD McDonough. Now, Breaker's been the champion for a while. JD McDonough just recently lost a title match to Breaker. Ilya Dragunov never got a rematch after he got hurt when he was NXT UK champion. I really like Dragunov. I think Dragunov would be great as the champion, and that's the route I'm going. Ilya Dragunov, new NXT champion.
This is another tough one because if I think there would be anybody in NXT that should take the belt off of Braun Breaker, it would be Ilya Dragunov. But I don't know. Like something's telling me right now they're gonna keep that belt on Breaker for a little bit longer.
I mean, I could see that because there's still a lot you can do with him in NXT. But I also kind of want to see what either bring him to the main roster or what would you do with a Braun Breaker when he's not going for the title? What kind of a storyline could he be in when the title's not involved? That's one reason why I want to see the title taken off of him. Because, yes, you got him. He's been an amazing champion. He's been great as an ambassador for the NXT brand. But now we got to see other things from him. And those other things are what things he can do, not the champion or going for the belt. That's just my opinion. One reason why I say Ilya Dragunov, another one is because I think Ilya Dragunov will eventually be NXT champion. So why not put the title on him now? Sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But I mean, Breaker has to lose eventually, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Breaker retains in this one.
With that, guys, those are our predictions for this Saturday's NXT Halloween Havoc. Again, there are 6 matches in total that have been announced for the show. And again, just a programming note, I will not be reviewing it Saturday night. I mean, there's a 10% chance I get home early enough and I can watch it and review it, but I doubt it because I don't even know what time our game is starting on Saturday. So I'm going to say, just to be safe, the review for this show will be Sunday morning. I will be doing that review Sunday morning. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be live on Twitch, and then it'll go up on YouTube just like everything else. With that, guys, now we want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below who you think will be walking out victorious this weekend at Halloween Havoc. Have a good one, guys.